Refrigerator door model 650, and what we're going to do is replace this door seal. First, take it out of the box, and then we're going to soak it in hot water while we're removing the old gasket. This will soften it up, make it easier to install. Let's let that fill up. Okay, it's very easy to change a door seal. It's not necessary to remove the whole door. I'm only doing this for the comfort of videotaping it. But you're going to take these 1/4-inch screws and loosen them up about 1, 2, 3, 4 turns a piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and down the line, all the way around. It helps to have a long 1/4-inch driver, but not necessary. Just makes it easier. Now you may have to turn these 5 times. It depends on how much effort you put into each turn. Continue removing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's a side view of this door seal. And notice there's a lip here. And that lip goes underneath that retaining plate, just like that, as you will see when I take it off. The door gasket has a magnetic strip, and that's what actually pulls the material up against the door, up against the cabinet. All right, so that goes in like that. We'll show you that again after we remove the gasket. Like I said, it's not necessary to remove the door. It just makes it easier for me to film it. You need a flathead screwdriver. These are the 2 tools that I use. Oh, some of these are still loose. Okay. Take your flathead screwdriver and gradually, see, that just pulls right out. There's your lip. Now this is an aftermarket door seal that you can buy for about 3/4 less than a Sub-Zero door gasket, but you will see there's a difference in quality. Okay, I'll just put that over there for now, let me show you how this goes on. This is the door seal, and when you put this on, you want to lift up this retaining plate. See that? Just see the side of that retaining plate right there? You see? This slides underneath that. But to get it underneath, you just lift it up and you put it under like that. And then you work your way around the whole door until you go all the way around. Once you tighten these down, then it's on to stay. So that's how a door seal goes on. Just like that. Drain the water. The water's pretty hot, so now there's a little weep holes in every corner. Just lift the gasket out And let the water drain out. You can see it's still in there. Okay, that's how it's going to go on, just like that. We'll start down here in the corner. I always start on the corners. You lift up that retaining plate, just like that. Get it started, and then you work it in. Now I'm using my fingers to pull up the retaining plate and push in at the same time. And if you don't have this, if you don't loosen up those screws enough, you might have a problem getting this under here. So you can see how much play is in there. There's quite a bit of play in there for you to do this. Okay, and that's how it goes in. You may have a better way to do it, but this is the way I do it. Then once you get it under, you could stick your screwdriver underneath to hold the retaining plate up and facilitate getting it under as you work your way around the door, just like that. And then you don't tighten up any of the screws until it's completely installed. On this side, you can probably see better. You see I'm lifting up that retaining plate and I'm getting that lip underneath there. And I'm pushing it in with my fingers, just like that. I'm using the screwdriver to guide the lip underneath the retainer. See? Might be some tight spots in there because the screws may not be loose enough. Okay, that's that. Just to double check. Check your corners. The best way to check is just pull up underneath the lip. You can look at it all the way down. You can see it's okay. So now we're going to start to tighten up the screws, but we're not going to tighten them. We're just going to pull up the door gasket like this and very gently start finger tightening the screws, because what you want to do is you want to take up the slack now in the retaining plate so it holds the door seal in place, and then when we're finished that, we'll line everything up and make sure the corners are in, and then we can finish it up and tighten up the screws. First thing you want to do is make sure it's on right and that you're not stretching the gasket too much. See, I'm pulling up the door seal. Make sure it's seated. I don't know if you can see that. That's what I'm doing. Okay. It looks good. If you have to make an adjustment, loosen up the screws. Make your adjustment. Make sure that retaining plate is underneath there. That's better. Snug that up. Tackle the next corner under the retaining plate. So we're going to pick up the retainer, push that gasket underneath there. You can pretty much feel the corners of that retaining plate. Okay, everything looks good here. That's it.